I'm Anna-Megan with Salsa TV, and today we're here to talk about the film Not Easily Broken. Here with me today, producer, writer, Bishop T.D. Jakes, executive producer, star actor Morris Chestnut. Gentlemen, thank you so much for being here.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Pleasure.
I enjoyed the film. It was fantastic. I kind of had a tear in my eye a couple times. But I just want to talk to you about it first, Mr. Jakes. What got you to write this kind of story?
Well, you know, I think it's interesting to see love from a male perspective. Generally, when we see a love story, whether it's in print or on screen, it is written from a female perspective. When in fact, I think that there's a great fascination we have, both men and women, as it relates to love, because we approach the same thing from different perspectives.
And Morris, you had multiple roles in this, the actor, and you worked in the production part as well.
Yes.
What about this script grabbed you, and what are all the hats you wore in this production?
Well, just actor and executive producer, and it was, you know, it was a difficult thing for me because normally, you know, all the films I've done, I've just been an actor, and basically just come to the set, know your job, know what you're supposed to do, and know your character. This one, you know, you're worried about so many different facets of movie making. You know, you're worried about, you know, the budget constraints. You're worried about, you know, if you're going to make the days, you're going to finish, you know, what's on the schedule for that particular day. So it was definitely an interesting challenge.
And I know, TD, this was a very important story for you. There's a lot of values that you wanted to portray. What was the most important thing for viewers to get out of this?
I think that so many times we give up on people, whether it's fathers or sons or wives or what have you. There's so many relationships going on in this movie simultaneously, as our real lives are really a reflection of that. I think I want them to walk away understanding that people progress over time, and you don't throw away the baby with the dishwater. You can hold on to people. Eventually they come around.
Dave Johnson was like overflowing with conflict. And as an actor, what was that like, playing that role of Dave Johnson with all these aggressive women, all these strong women, and like an unlimited number of problems?
Yeah, you know what, that was interesting for me because I think most of my roles that I've had thus far, you know, I've always been drawn to, you know, confident, self-confident, strong, you know, man. But this role, I had to be vulnerable pretty much throughout the whole film and, you know, have all these things going on around me and just how I'm dealing with them internally. So that provided for a very strong challenge. Yeah.
And there's something else you said that some women think, or maybe a lot of women think, that the average man is emotionless, and he was able to bring that to life. What was it like for you to see that?
Oh, I think he did a phenomenal job, because when you write a novel, you envision the character, you know, and then to see somebody portray the character in front of you, your eye is quite keen, because I know these people in my head. And I think it's a great opportunity to see, like when Morris, through the character Dave, goes into reclusion, puts his headsets on and listens at his music. Men process in private, whereas generally women process through communication. And understanding those little details about how differently we process things are really great events, and Morris just did an incredible job with us.
He did a fantastic job.
Good?
But to see your words come to life on the big screen, what's that like for you?
Oh, it's a great feeling. You know, I had my mouth in everything. I was out there with Bill Duke, with our director. He was a phenomenal director. He's great, brings a lot of experience, but he also let me have some input into it. So I could say, I don't know about this, let's do that. And it was great seeing it come to life. It's like as close as I'll ever come to having a baby. You know, I don't want to come any closer than that. But to see it in front of me is a really great thing, because it starts inside of you, and then you look up on screen and whoo, there it is.
There were quite a few scenes that required sports-related choreography. Right. The swimming, baseball, basketball. What was that like? You look pretty ripped on that court.
Wow, you know what? That was a lot of dieting, and a lot of working out. But you know, it was fun. You know, I play basketball in my spare time, and in that particular scene, we didn't have a lot of time to rehearse and prepare for this movie. So a lot of these people in the movie I know I was already friends with, and we had to have the chemistry like there on the spot. And some of my closest friends were in the basketball scenes as well.
Which is his way of saying he stays ripped all the time.
That's what I thought. You had a cameo as well. How was that?
I had my shirt on, thank you. Praise God. Yeah, I was in the movie, and it was when my wife and I both were in it, and we got to have a really really good time with Morris and Taraji in that scene. It's a fun scene, and we really enjoyed it.
I'm so glad you finally got the tab in that scene too.
Yeah, somebody had to pay.
So was I.
Yeah.
No, he did a great job in the scene. Like I said, a lot of times actors feel as if they're not talking, they're not really saying anything or acting, and just his looks and his responses and everything were very appropriate, and he did an excellent job.
Well, gentlemen, I enjoyed the film. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.